How does one get ahead in this world? There are many ways to approach this question, but if we were to ask the mafias, it would likely come down to one thing: power. If you have power, you can do whatever you want. You can get money. You can get women. You can get anything you want. And it's why many of the most successful people on earth take great lengths to acquire it. In today's episode, we will be looking at how to get ahead in life according to the mafias, by looking at 3 things they do to get power over others. Number 1, create scarcity. There is an old saying that goes, if you want something you've never had before, you must do things you've never done before. To get out of your current situation, you need to be willing to take risks. But there are some risks that don't pay off in the way you might expect. This was something that became very apparent when we met with the leader of one of the largest crime families in the United States, who gave us some harsh realities about making money as a gangster. According to him, once you start trying to make a lot of money, you become a target. And the more successful he became, the more enemies he made, which forced him to go into hiding for years. You gotta understand, the more money you make, the more enemies you create, he said. I've seen it time and time again. People who are not even in your family turn on you and stab you in the back just to take what you got. That's just how it is. In fact, he told us that during the height of his career, he wasn't even allowed to walk down the street by himself without having bodyguards with him. It was too dangerous. It's a good thing about being a businessman is that you do and have to deal with this type of problem. Because of course, you don't have to go into hiding or have bodyguards escorting you everywhere you go. If someone steals from you, you simply hire security. If someone tries to extort you, you hire a lawyer. The government, on the other hand, cannot protect you. It's a free country, after all. And while they may try, chances are they won't be able to keep you safe. The reality is that you are on your own. And it's precisely because of this that so many gangsters end up in prison or dead. They end up suffering the consequences of their actions because they do and know how to handle the power that comes with getting money. The reason why gangsters always find themselves in trouble is because they fail to realize that making money is only half the battle. Keeping it is another. And the best way to keep what you've earned is to learn how to create scarcity. Scarcity, simply put, is the creation of artificial shortages. By creating scarcity, you increase the value of what you have. You force people to compete with each other to obtain it, which in turn drives up the price. Now, you don't want to go overboard with this, because if you make the scarcity too obvious, people will see through it, and you will lose their trust. The key is to create just enough scarcity to make people want what you have. For example, let's say you're a businessman who owns a clothing brand. You could increase the scarcity of your product by limiting the number of items you produce. This would naturally increase the demand for your product, which would drive up the price. But you don't want to go too far with this, because if you make the scarcity too obvious, people will see through it and you will lose their trust. The goal is to create just enough scarcity to make people want what you have. 2. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. One of the most important things that you can do if you want to get ahead in this world is to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. This is especially true if you are in a position of power, because those who want to take advantage of you will always be lurking around every corner. One of the best ways to protect yourself is to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. This way you can better understand their motivations and you can be prepared for whatever they throw at you. One way to keep your friends close is to be there for them when they need you. Be someone they can count on, someone they can turn to when times are tough. Another way to keep your friends close is to give them opportunities to succeed. Help them advance in their careers, help them achieve their goals. When your friends succeed, you succeed. It's also important to keep your enemies close. By keeping your enemies close, you can better understand their motivations. You can see what they're planning, and you can be prepared for whatever they throw at you. They can also use your enemies against each other. If you know their weaknesses, you can exploit them, which will cause them to turn on each other. This is one of the best ways to get ahead in life. If you can keep your friends close and your enemies closer, you will be able to get ahead of everyone else. No. 3. Use leverage. Leverage is one of the most powerful tools that you can use to get ahead in life. Leverage, you are able to multiply your efforts. You can use leverage to your advantage in many different ways. One way is to use borrowed money. By borrowing money, you can invest it in something that will generate a return. For example, you could borrow $1,000 and invest it in a business that generates a 10% return. In this case, you would make $100 in profit. Leverage can also be used to increase productivity. By using tools and technology, you can automate tasks and increase your productivity. For example, you could use a computer to automate a task that would normally take you 10 hours to complete. By doing so, you would be able to free up your time to work on other things. Leverage can also be used to build wealth. By investing in assets that appreciate in value, you can build wealth over time. For example, you could invest in real estate, stocks, or bonds. Leverage is one of the most powerful tools that you can use to get ahead in life. By using leverage, you are able to multiply your efforts and achieve more than you would be able to on your own. As we talked about in this video, there are many ways to get ahead in life. If you want to succeed, you need to be willing to do whatever it takes. Whether that means taking risks, creating scarcity, keeping your friends close and your enemies closer, or using leverage. You need to be willing to do whatever it takes to get ahead. Before we end this video, we would like to thank you for watching and supporting our channel. We would also like to invite you to join our newsletter, where you will receive weekly updates on our latest videos and other exclusive content. To sign up, simply visit our website and click on the link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.